receive public comments on the fluoridation of the village of Potsdam's water supply. I'd like to open the meeting, let the record show all board members are present, with the exception of Mr. McKenna, who is joining us shortly.
Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held by the Board of Trustees of the Village of Potsdam, New York on Tuesday, September 4th, 2018 at 5 o'clock p.m. in the Civic Center Boardroom, Park Street, Potsdam, New York. The purpose of the hearing is to receive public comments regarding the fluoridation of the Village of Potsdam's water supply. The regular village board meeting will be held immediately following the public hearing. By order of the Board of Trustees of the Incorporated Village of Potsdam, New York, Lori Askew, your village clerk.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Before we go to public comments, I just want to set up some of the ground rules, same as last time we had 2 weeks ago. When recognized, you will go to the podium, state your name and address for the public record, and address the board only. No discussion with the board, no questions and answers, no arguments, and no interaction with the audience at all. Immediately following the public hearing, we will have a regular board meeting. Under the public comment session on the regular board meeting, we will have 2 15-minute presentations, one for each side of the table. With that, we'll go to public comments. Who would like to go first? Yes, 3 minutes.
I'm Marie Parham, M-A-R-I-E, P-A-R-H-A-M, and I live at 28 Munson. Good? Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the village trustees and everyone here on both sides of the issue. I have learned a lot in the past couple of weeks. And one thing I've come away with, like I've just lived here 4 years, but I am in total awe of how much heart and soul that everybody on both sides of the issue is put into this, trying to determine what's best for the village of Potsdam and the people that live in it. I came to this issue about 8 years ago when I was berating my 19-year-old at the time. He was 19 years old at the time, my son, and I was berating him for his poor dental hygiene. And, you know, one of the things I told him was, you know, I said, Nathan, I said, you're lucky your teeth doesn't take revenge on you. Because when I was your age, my teeth were in really bad shape. And I took much better care of my teeth when I was a child and an adolescent than you do. And then he kind of like sneered and mocked me and said, fluoride? And I knew that fluoride was something that was an additive to toothpaste that was good for like shoring up your teeth, but I couldn't, you know, in my right mind, I couldn't reasonably understand how he could make that much difference. And he explained to me that his mentor, Eve Smith, who's the editor of a publication that my son wrote for, had the same experience in her family. She, you know, when she was a child growing up, she didn't have fluoride, and she had teeth like mine. And her family moved, and she had 2 younger brothers that had teeth like my son. And I got in touch with her because none of this made sense to me. And she crowdsourced information from all over the world. And you know, I went through a good bit of it. And I came to understand why fluoride was good for us. And in the past month or so, you know, I've received more information from both sides. And I really believe with my whole heart that, you know, although that with fluoride, that the children 20 years down the road have a chance of having teeth like my son and not like mom. And I've read a lot of studies like that have been generously sent to me by many of the people here, and it's the consensus of like the CDC that fluoride is the cost-effective way to administer, to be administered to the water. And in the last 4 years, I have spent $3,000 at Dr. Akers' office. And right now my income is less than $16,000 a year. Now that's nothing against Dr. Akers, because another dentist wanted to charge me the $6,000. And I think of all the people in the village and all the people coming up. If it would be such an enormous savings for individuals and for public health. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Who's next?
Hi. My name is Jerry Bartlett.
Okay.
I live in Colton, New York.
Thank you.
My name is Jerry Bartlett, who wishes to help by offering a simple and elegant solution to replace the antiquated model of compulsory fluoridation on entire populations with a new plan that is more diverse, more inclusionary, more environmentally friendly, and more effectively addresses all multiple and salient viewpoints by local discussions about water fluoridation. 5 key points. Number 1, identification. Identify disadvantaged children and their families who don't have access to prevent tooth decay by using the same process as current free school lunch program does. A simple way to identify families in need, this can extend the benefits to the entire town, not just the village. Number 2, distribution. Make freely available toothpaste and fluoride topical use, and fluoridated water and/or tablets internal use, that the American Dental Association provides a standard dosing schedule for. This ensures those qualifying children and families who choose will actually have clear and direct access to a variety of approved dental health items with a level of accountability that currently doesn't exist, meaning we can't know how much water in favor of soda, milk, etc. is actually being ingested by anyone to begin with. A dosing schedule is more precise, and with direct application, it's smarter, farther reaching, more cost effective compared to rebuilding, then supporting an infrastructure where millions of gallons of fluoride-infused water are flushed down toilet and sink drains daily, completely missing the mark of ever being used for dental care. Literally money down the drain with no gain. Number 3, bonus. Provide a toothbrush along with a brief tutorial of best practices for brushing to really bring home the importance of dental health to disadvantaged families. The single practice of fluoridating the water supply has never ensured people actually have or use a toothbrush, again, missing a vitally important benefit to sound dental hygiene. Also consider the county is planning a fluoride varnish program, and Potsdam could lead this initiative, adding to the list of benefits available to citizens who desire them. Number 4, implementation. Staff it as a pilot program by allowing proactive volunteers willing to share all the benefits of fluoride with these families. What a fantastic way to educate and promote community involvement from enthusiastic supporters while being sensitive to the needs of those who don't want it, don't need it, or whose health may actually be impacted by this exposure, which is also a liability to the village. Dental and health professionals working together, likely with donations from dental supporters, can help make it a very successful campaign and reap the marvelous PR, thus promoting their cause, their business, and special interest in oral health, and how they've used this to help their local community. As a sound model, it should easily be able to stand on its own without the need to be artificially propped up like the current model. Number 5, adoption. Potsdam can champion a win-win for all with adoption of this viable and creative solution, which deflates the debates by supporting multiple viewpoints to achieve each side's goals, and is a reflection of everyone's thoughtful concerns and a solution that addresses them in a very positive way. Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next?
Good afternoon. My name is Susan Powers. I'm a resident of 17 Spring Street, Potsdam. I'm a resident of both the village and town of Potsdam, and I oppose adding fluoride to our drinking water because I believe it's a band-aid attempt for community public health that fails to address the underlying problems. It's clear that dental health in St. Lawrence County is a significant problem, Almost 40% of third graders have untreated cavities, according to New York State statistics. But this problem is compounded by several issues. We have way too few dentists in the region for our population, and many of those do not take or do not accept Medicaid patients, resulting in only 34% of children with Medicaid who had an annual preventative dental visit in the 2014 to 2016 period that the state reflects. And those elementary school children are also amongst the most overweight and obese in the state, suggesting that oral health might be compromised by diet choices. And with that sad state of oral health in our region, I am advocating that we do not add fluoride to our water. Yes, we clearly need better public initiatives for dental health, but fluoride in drinking water does not reach much of the population in need. While the current decision is considered a village issue, political boundaries are irrelevant. This village-town issue is just not the right place to have this conversation. Addressing oral health problems to our drinking water will impact fewer than 50% of the town households. We are leaving out our neighbors. Can we really feel comfortable with a solution that does not benefit the attributed fluoride in water benefits to our neighbors? This Band-Aid solution does not address the needs of people who do not drink water, who cannot find a dentist to treat their dental hygiene needs, and for whom access to healthy, non-sugary foods is a challenge. Fluoride in our drinking water does not address the underlying problems that our region faces. Better solutions, Jerry just pointed out several, would include dental health clinics, fluoride treatment through schools, and other community dental health initiatives. Yes, these are expensive, but they will do a much better job of reaching all of our neighbors who struggle with dental health problems. I think it's our moral imperative to consider the population throughout St. Lawrence County and throughout our town, not just the village of Potsdam, when we choose to spend our money, which could get spent elsewhere, with a better job of doing dental hygiene. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Dr. Susan Bell.
Good afternoon. My name is Steve Jennings. I'm from Jefferson County, New York, actually Watertown, with the health department down there. And I lead a four-county coalition called Keep the North Country Smiling, which includes St. Lawrence County, Jefferson, and Oswego counties. And we formed within a couple of years ago because the number one childhood disease in our region is tooth decay. And so we've organized the local health departments, providers, other community agencies to try to address this problem. Our coalition's working on 4 goals and 6 objectives to improve dental health on a number of fronts across the 4-county region. But a key pillar of our work is to prevent oral disease and address risk factors through evidence-based interventions in maintaining or expanding community water fluoridation, and to increase the percentage of populations receiving fluoridated water by 10% from our 2017 baseline. St. Lawrence County scores low for a number of oral health indices compared to other New York State counties and to the state as a whole. Children in St. Lawrence County who have dental insurance, 3rd grade children with caries experience, 3rd grade children with untreated caries, children 3 to 5 years old visiting emergency departments with dental caries, all fall in the highest percentiles when compared to the rest of the state. St. Lawrence County Medicaid enrollees with at least 1 dental visit in a year between 2014 and 2016 are in the lowest percentile by comparison to the rest of upstate. Another indication of how serious poor oral health is here in St. Lawrence County. Additionally, and someone mentioned it here before, access to dental providers is critical here. In St. Lawrence County, it's 2,620 patients for one dentist, more than double the rest of the state. So community water fluoridation is not a panacea, but it is an oral health protocol desperately needed in areas with such oral health indices. All water has some measure of fluoride in it. Since the 1940s, and that's naturally in it, since the 1940s, municipalities have adjusted the level of fluoride up or down to ensure the appropriate amount for optimal dental health. From a public health standpoint, no community in St. Lawrence County that has community water fluoridation can afford to end it, as too much is at stake for the people whose only oral health protocol, particularly young children, may be fluoridated water. The Keep the North Country Smiling Coalition is respectfully advocating for community water fluoridation to be maintained in Potsdam. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Hi, I'm Alan Rossner, in Potsdam. 35 years ago, I completed my graduate degree at the University of Washington School of Public Health, specifically in environmental health. And I spent the last 30 years looking at exposures to chemicals and how they impact people's health. So I'm going to address three issues, I think. Let's make 3 points. The precautionary principle, dose makes the poison, and the impact of public health. The precautionary principle we focus on, if we don't have enough scientific evidence, then maybe we should move forward. In this case, we've been using fluorinated water for decades. We have a great deal of scientific evidence on the benefit to tooth decay or caries. And in this case, as we look at the precautionary principle, the issue is we don't have enough scientific evidence to stop doing it. We have significant evidence to show there's a benefit. I just spent 3 days at a conference, International Society for Exposure Science in Ottawa. Scientists from all over the world. I spent 3 hours in a session on fluoridated water, listening to some of the latest research going on and looking at impact from both dentists, scientists, and so forth. And at 0.7 milligrams per liter, we have a great deal of evidence, again, to look at what that does for our dental health. And does it have side effects? Okay. So while we don't have enough time, 2 minutes to talk about the data displayed in some of those articles, I think it's important to recognize that we have a lot of benefits, as a number of other speakers have pointed out. And when we think about who's exposed, or I'm sorry, who's benefiting, the issues are, yes, it's a village-wide plan. Many town people come to school, they drink the school water, so there are additional benefits that are here because, no, not as strong as in the home, I understand, but it's still a daily ingestion of the fluoride such that protective mechanism to minimize that decay process. Third, I guess, is public health impact. As I think about the vulnerable populations out there, a lot of my work looks at people that are exposed to different areas, to different chemicals. And when you think about maybe in a different income or a lower income bracket, we see some of the most severely impacted people are in these brackets, right? And they may suffer from a host of other health elements as well. But this is one area of public health that we've seen a great deal of improvement over the last 3 or 4 decades. As we think about public health, it is about society overall. And yes, it's not going to fix every problem and every tooth decay, and there still will be children with problems associated with it, but I think it's a great step forward in thinking about minimizing that risk of tooth decay, not only today, but when they get to be my age, all right, and they no longer have their teeth, all right. So it is a benefit both in the children and in the adult as we go down the road. So I'm strongly advocating that we continue to fluoridate the water, because I think it's important for many, many different groups in the population. Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next? Baxter?
My name is Dr. Mark Franke, and I live in the town of DeKalb. I work as a dentist at the Community Health Center in Canton. And the Community Health Center is also part of the Cerebral Palsy Association of New York. As such, a fair number of our patients are part of the special needs population of St. Lawrence County, as well as other locations in northern New York, including Potsdam. Oral care of the mentally and physically handicapped can be very challenging. They are more susceptible to oral disease such as gingivitis, periodontitis, and tooth decay. We speak of the area's poor population, especially the children, that are the most vulnerable to dental problems, but special needs individuals are even more vulnerable. Since oral care of this population is difficult, we as dentists need every advantage to decrease tooth decay in these patients, and public water fluoridation is one of them. Removing fluoride from the village of Potsdam will have a negative impact on our efforts. And although we're here discussing fluoridation in Potsdam, what happens in Potsdam doesn't always stay in Potsdam. And we will end up seeing the results in Canton. So I urge the board to continue its water fluoridation program. Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next? Zach?
Hi, my name is Laura Emptor. I'm a village resident, Potsdam village resident, and I'm also a parent of 2 teenagers. I know that people on both sides of this debate are well-intentioned. We all obviously care about the health of people in our area. On this issue, though, every major public health organization has endorsed community water fluoridation. I want my children and other children in the village of Potsdam, and as other speakers have said, it's not only the village, right? People come here in the surrounding areas to have the benefits of fluoridated water. And I am especially concerned about children in our village who come from families that cannot afford health and dental care. This is a way to increase their chances of having better health. Public health, as you know, is one of the responsibilities of the village, and this seems like an easy way to continue what we've been doing on the path to helping to increase the health of, in particular, the most vulnerable members of our community. So I ask that you continue to add fluoride to our water. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Who's next?